Hi and welcome. Gaptrac is the cutting-edge mobile phone tracking product designed to provide a multitude of benefits for users on their travels and for their families and their friends. Although aimed primarily at the gap year traveller, it is also perfect for a variety of uses across the world or simply across town. The Gaptrac software sits on the user's mobile phone and continuously calculates the device's geographic location anywhere in the world. This information is then transmitted over the world's mobile networks to our enterprise-class, fully redundant servers co-located in leading data centres in London's Docklands and the City. This information is overlaid into the finest quality digital mapping, creating what we refer to as a snail trail. This can be viewed online by followers, people authorised by the Gaptrac user to follow them. Now, instead of lying in bed with that hollow, helpless feeling in the pit of their stomachs, concerned parents can simply go online and put their mind at rest. Simple tools allow the follower to zoom right into locations, enabling them to really share in the experience. They can view the location in pure satellite imagery, as a map, in hybrid, a cross between satellite and map, and they can also use Google Street View in locations where it is available. Let's go back to peace of mind for a moment though. All Gaptrac users are just a 3-second push of their 5 button away from help in the case of an emergency. This action links them into our 24/7 emergency response centre, where our highly trained emergency controllers can come to the Gaptrac user's aid. When a user subscribes to Gaptrac, they are invited to fill in a personal profile. The aim of the profile is to provide critical information in the event of an emergency. This includes blood group, allergies, travelling companions, a photo, a description, next of kin. The full profile is lengthy but a very, very worthwhile use of your time, which we hope we and you never have to use. This information is fully encrypted and is never seen by Gaptrac, unless that is you initiate an emergency. It is then presented on screen to one of our emergency controllers, along with your location and, if you're abroad, direct contacts with the nearest British Embassy or High Commission. Our emergency controller will initially listen into the situation and, where necessary, open two-way communication, which we can also link into the emergency services. Our aim, though, isn't just to help you if you are unfortunate enough to get into trouble or have an accident. We would much prefer to help you avoid it in the first place. With this in mind, our emergency response centre constantly monitors the world's news wires looking for local trouble spots, be they political, natural or criminal. We set up an electronic exclusion zone 70 kilometres around these flashpoints, and should a Gaptrac user's coordinates enter this area, we will send them a message updating them on the situation. If the user continues on the same route and the message is unread, we will try to make voice contact with them to ensure they are fully aware of the trouble ahead. When travelling, people often move right through major incidents without realising it until they get home. Gaptrac aims to help those not so lucky. These measures are safeguards and are not intended to be alarmist, but they are there just in case. The same technology we use for safety also allows Gaptrac to offer an incredibly exciting range of social networking functions developed to allow friends and family to share in this trip of a lifetime online, both live and for years to come. When a user subscribes to Gaptrac, they are issued with a unique URL which they can distribute to friends and family. When someone wants to follow the Gaptrac user, they go to the URL and request authorization. The user then receives a request from the follower on their handset or on their online admin page. Assuming they are happy for them to follow, they put them into one of 3 categories: family, work or candid. There is no limit to the number of people you can authorize to share in your adventures. All authorised followers are listed in the Gaptrac contacts section on the user's device and can be deleted instantly if required. So let's look at those functions. The key one for many is Photo Track. This allows users to upload photos taken on their camera phone direct to our fully secure servers. Because we geotag the photo, we can then embed it onto the user's snail trail at the exact point it was taken. Photos are designated by a yellow icon, and when clicked on, the photo opens in a thumbnail size. You can even add a text caption or audio comment to your photos to really bring them to life.
This is little Ruben's first hike and he loves it.
You can also enlarge it to really share in the experience. Taking it back to thumbnail, you can also save the photo or send it embedded in an email. Photo Track has proven to be a really popular means of chronologically sorting and storing your photos with no effort required. Relating photos to the exact point in the world they were taken adds an incredible new dimension to your memories and to the viewing pleasure of your followers. When you upload a photo, you're asked to categorise it as family, work or candid. This ties in with the categories you set when you authorised your followers. In this way, each group of people will only see the photos you want them to see. As well as locating photos by clicking on the yellow icons, followers can also see them in Photo Track, Gaptrac's photo gallery function. All photos are shown chronologically in blocks of 50 and also in album format when you have photos grouped together under a particular heading. This could be a particular holiday or perhaps photos of a friend's baby taken periodically through its early years. When you click on a photo in Photo Track, it will take you back to the time and place it was taken, reloading at location and photo data for that day, taking you back in time, bringing back evocative memories from your holiday of a lifetime or a simple day out. Photos taken in one small location will automatically group into an album. So if you're in a club, for instance, these photos will be ready for you to add an album title when you next go online. When you click on a photo, it will take you back into Photo Track at the point you left it so that you can carry on with your browsing without having to scroll all of the way down again. Video upload will also be available in the same way. Audio Track allows users to compile an audio blog of their trip, recording messages over their mobile phone. These are indicated on the map with a blue icon, and as with your photos, you can click on an icon to access the recording, or you can select through a list. Again, like Photo Track, selecting a recording will load the mapping page with location and media data from that day. You can also select individual days to go back to, as well as selecting date ranges, perhaps recreating someone's trip across a continent over a number of weeks. Gaptrac subscribers can also select favourites. This allows them to select a 3-month trip, for instance, and then save the details for ease of future use for them and their followers. Gaptrac also provides free messaging between the user's handsets and the online pages of their followers, free of charge. This can save considerably compared to sending international text messages. Each follower has their own personal page, so messaging between the user and that person remains private. Followers can also view the other people following the Gaptrac user, and they too can communicate with each other through the site. Many people are following more than one Gaptrac user. Instead of having to log out and log back in again with another password, Gaptrac identifies who else you are authorised to follow, and these users will appear when you click the multi-track button. While Gaptrac was developed for the traveller, it is also ideal for usage nearer to home. The same parental concerns remain even if you're across town rather than across the world. Whilst Photo Track provides a fantastic and innovative way to view and share your social life, both live and historically, for years to come. Gaptrac, around the town, around the world.